Welcome back to Political List. Before you guys start episode 2, in case you guys don't realize, if you look at the background, we're not actually in the recording center right now. We're actually, Cole Naval, he actually mentioned me in the comment. Thank you, Cole. But we're actually in the gaming center right now. This is actually where we just wrapped up the Evil Within, Chapter 3, where we had the chainsaw guy. We just wrapped that up a little while ago. That's why we're actually stuck in this room right now, because we have a lot more recording to go. So before you actually get into episode 2, thank you guys for actually paying attention for this long, because I know for a fact people have short attention spans. Anyway, so coming soon is Gaming This. We actually have it out. Check it out now on our YouTube channel. We actually just published another video that was what you guys, what I was just talking about. But always remember, we have so much more to go for Gaming This. We also have coming to in a few weeks. We also have Political Garden. That was my cat, sorry. We also have Political Garden, where we're going to be giving so much gardening advice, especially with cherry tomato plants. Those are the easiest plants in the world to actually grow, is cherry tomato plants. We'll actually have videos on that gardening this. And we also have music this, where we actually take a trip to different concerts and this and that. There is some Wu-Tang concerts from Coney Island that me and Cole were at. That we actually I didn't have a chance to actually post them to YouTube. They will be there. The Led Zeppelin experience with Jason Bonham being the drummer of Led Zeppelin, being the son of the drummer of John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. He also plays drums. Phenomenal. Go and check them out. Nobody's paying us in any way to actually say this. Excuse me. With that said, there's a little bit of, people here and there that we know that we're playing the keyboard and whatnot, and different stuff like that. So everything that we actually post on music, we are actually allowed to post because we actually recorded it ourselves. Even if it is somebody else playing at a different concert, we recorded scenes from a concert from somebody else playing, so you guys could look at it and go, wow, that looks like a good concert, or whatever the case is. So we have Political This, which is the podcast, then we have Gaming This, then we have Gardening This, and we have, let me rephrase that, Political Garden. Then we have Gaming This, and we also have Music This, and there's going to be a few other channels that are also coming. So I want you guys to just hang out, and if you got any other ideas, just throw them my way, and I'll be more than happy to create another channel for you guys. So please check out Gaming This. It actually started back up last time. It's been a few years since we actually had any type of gaming on there. Now we have the voiceovers. Now we can actually stream it. And the Evil Within is phenomenal. We also, I think, Call of Duty World War III, PS5, and freaking the X. So it's not the Xbox. It's going to be the Xbox X. That's it. That's also going to be, we're going to be reviewing that as soon as it comes out. Very, very soon, actually. We'll probably review it way before it comes out. But there's going to be a lot of stuff. That's why I'm actually here right now, to actually I don't have a unibrow. That's just how it looks on freaking TV for some reason. But we're also going to be promoting that, and we're just going to be doing so much, tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. Please like, subscribe, comment, the whole nine, because we have so much content that we're going to be coming out from, like I said, from video games to music to gardening to Political List, the podcast itself, to YouTube channel Political List. Like, subscribe, share, the whole nine, because it's going to be very, very interesting, the things that we're going to be getting into. Now, episode 2 is about psilocybin. Now, before we actually get into this episode, I just wanted to pre-warn you guys, listen, we would never push anybody to do any type of psychedelics or anything like that. If you do it, that's all on your own. You don't do it, good for you, who cares? With that said, in a few moments, we're about to show you this production that we put together about the legalization of psilocybin. Once again, I'm not pushing psilocybin on anybody. We don't tell anybody to take psilocybin because you're going to feel good and this and that. We're just giving you the knowledge of why it should be legalized and the benefits around it. And we also give you a few seconds of the misbenefits, I guess you can say, or the misfortunes or whatever behind it too. Because keep in mind, people can always have a bad trip and get jacked up or whatever the case is. So, with that said, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you guys.
microdosing is, yeah.
People like
Carefully just stopped it.
Alright. Microdosing. Do you know what microdosing is? I was asking you, you know what microdosing is?
Do I know what microdosing is? Yeah.
It means taking small quantities, or taking quantities in small doses.
Basically, so that small enough so that you don't feel the psychoactive effects.
Some people actually, I heard, well, that's from the freaking, the research that, yeah, remember I was telling you about the middle-aged lady or the old lady that's, oh, I saw all these shapes and I saw all these colors and whatever the case is. I think it was that same video when somebody goes, well, he goes, because he's waited out some other old guy and he said it's 0.25. He goes, well, do you get high? Oh, well, a little bit.
Well, see, but that's above microdosing. Like microdosing, I know people that have used microdosing for things like depression and stuff like that, and usually I think they use under
8 grams for a real microdose.
where you can go about your day and apparently I've honestly never tried microdosing and going about my regular day, but like apparently you can go to work, you can.
This guy had a fucking, he said it was 0.25, like when he put it, first of all, he put it on a regular weed scale that you weigh your butt off of, and I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, 0.25? That's a lot bigger than a fucking eighth. But this guy's got like half the size of a fucking eighth on his scale. He said, yeah, it's 0.25. And he's like eating this. And something's wrong with this fucking picture right here. He was obviously full of shit. Who the hell was it? Oh, what the fuck was I gonna say? Psilocybin. That's what the topic was, psilocybin.
Yeah, so psychoactive mushrooms in general, one of the things that I just
wanted to go over was like the main ingredients of them. Psychoactive, which is
psilocybin and psilocybin, which are actually two separate chemicals.
I thought they were the same thing.
No, psilocin and psilocybin are separate, but they work together.
Because I know psilocybin, when I was researching it, they said it could be used, well, hopefully it could be used for people with like PTSD, anxiety, addictions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
And depressions and like shit like that.
Yes, it definitely can. But yeah, but it has more than what it's both of the components are working together. I mean, there's more than just that in it, but that's like the main psychoactive ingredients that work together to make it exactly what it is, you know, like between all the things that it does produce, between sensory enhancement and, you know, mood changes, perception changes, ego death, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Back to microdosing though. Yeah. I always thought freaking, because I'm hearing microdosing, and apparently like you're supposed to take it in really, really small doses, and apparently it does freaking work. The only reason it's illegal, I believe, is during the 1960s actually, when it became illegal and all the hippies were taking it. So that's the only reason, which is fucked up too, because they can actually do a lot, but I mean, obviously you have Big Pharma that's not fucking pushing for it. They're not letting that shit go.
No, you think about it, the same thing. That's like the same thing as why weed has been illegal for all this time, and now all of a sudden it's okay.
They make it legal because they all of a sudden realize that it's not gonna
harm somebody, you know, which is bullshit. They obviously have been holding out, and besides that, they have the patent, the medical patent for marijuana as in the government, and you know, back to like psilocybin and like the government holding back on it and keeping it illegal. Like there have been like therapists, research scientists, psychiatrists that have been doing studies for literally, I mean, decades.
More than decades. The LSD itself got discovered freaking through somebody. Hold on, I have it actually written down.
Albert Hoffman.
Yes, thank you. And he was actually, what he was doing.
Bicycle Day. Forty was discovered.
When was
by
it?
Albert Hoffman. Well, 419.
1943. I actually have it written down, actually. Albert Hoffman. He was actually looking for a way to aid circulation, or aid blood circulation by way of lysergic acid. I can't even pronounce the last one. Look at that bad boy. Beautiful, right? But anyway, that's short for somehow he came up with freaking LSD. He discovered LSD.
Yeah, and he actually didn't know the properties until he by accidentally dropped it out of his hand. And then when he was riding his bike home, then he actually was the first person to by accidentally feel the effects of LSD. Swear to God.
Because he dropped it on his hand?
Yeah, it's because LSD it
soaks
dissolves
into
into
your
your
skins,
pores.
yeah.
So when he dropped it straight, liquid right onto his hands in the lab, not knowing exactly what it did or that it would, produce effects like that or go into his pores like that. So he's riding his bike home, and that's why they call it 419, the day before 420. That's why they call it Bicycle Day, because that's the day Albert Hoffman was riding his bike home and started basically tripping balls on acid.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
Yeah.
That's
even
wild,
know that.
right?
Oh, Terrence McKenna, you know who he is?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I was listening to him, right? And he was saying that,
He's the guy that says take six dried grams in the dark. That's the McKenna way.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Well, that's what he recommends. McKenna recommends that you
Sit
take,
in the dark, sit in
you
the
take
closet.
a shit ton of it and you sit in the dark and you just completely put yourself in deprivation from all your sensories and just literally like trip fucking balls and let it take its journey.
which is scary. You have to be prepared for some shit like that, so I'm not suggesting anybody who try to.
Doing that if they're not ready and already thinking about doing that.
Yeah, I definitely would not. Definitely have the lights on.
I'm not promoting anybody doing anything that they do not think that is a good idea.
Check this out, right? 100,000 years ago, this is according to Terrence McKenna. 100,000 years ago, he was saying in the continent of Africa, when the land was drying up and the trees, there was less and less trees, eventually the monkeys actually had to come down from the trees and actually look for food because they couldn't freaking, settle up in the trees anymore. So once they started settling on land, they had to freaking discover new food. So as they discovered new food, obviously they had to keep trying things and trying things and trying things. And he was saying that apparently that's when he believes that man actually first discovered the use of freaking mushrooms and psilocybin. Because it can be found in freaking fossils and not really fossils, because fossils are not bones or anything like that. It's just actually like a cast of a bone, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but it's true, and there are and also going back, I know to even it's not as far back, but the Mayans and the Aztecs and stuff. There's so much different sculptures and stuff left behind showing that they most likely did use psilocybin in different religious ceremonies and things, and they used to refer to it as the flesh of the gods because they would bring them closer to God and stuff when they took it. But they do say they clearly can never 100% prove that it was psilocybin mushrooms, but that is their That's their
theory?
That's their theory because of exactly what it is. But, yeah.
Yeah, I heard, apparently it's known to improve vision, too.
Really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I got 20/20 vision,
that was
so...
from Terrence McKenna. 20/20 vision actually isn't perfect vision.
I
think 15/20 is actually perfect.
Well, I have really good vision.
I think.
Fuck you. I got good vision no matter
I could
what.
be wrong, but I think.
Yeah,
That's funny. Oh, May 7th, 2019. Denver actually decriminalized freaking psilocybin.
Ah, yes.
It's still federally illegal, though. Schedule 1 narcotic.
Yep. That's true. That is true. I don't know how much
Now let's get
into the conversation about Osaka.
About what?
Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca. Yes, ayahuasca is not psilocybin containing, but it is also a psychoactive plant. It is usually made from Mimosa hostilis root bark. Is like the main usually ingredient used to make ayahuasca and DMT. Ayahuasca is like the version that you make, and it's kind of like a very nasty swill that you have got to like kind of get down and drink, and usually people get sick off of it.
So you don't eat it?
No, you drink it.
So it's a liquid?
Yeah, it's like a drink. You make it into a drink. You basically like cook it, and but you know, DMT you smoke, and ayahuasca you drink. And ayahuasca, you make it into a drink. You basically like cook it, and but you know, DMT you smoke, and ayahuasca you drink. And ayahuasca may make you throw up a lot, probably.
Oh, that's wait. Ayahuasca, you actually drink, and DMT. You smoke.
Yes, and it's basically from, so, you know, ayahuasca is basically DMT, but a different version of it, I guess. As I don't know how to explain it, I guess the best way right now, but
DMT is pretty much extracted from ayahuasca.
you can buy the same ingredients and produce DMT and ayahuasca. But, I mean, you're also going to need some extra ingredients to make DMT, because DMT is extremely hard to make. Ayahuasca is not as hard to make. Not that I'm telling anyone to go make it. You might want to cut that part out, but...
No, I'm not going to make it.
But yeah, ayahuasca you drink, and it's kind of, it lasts a long time. It lasts pretty much, you know, basically the daytime. Good amount of hours. DMT only lasts about 5 to 20 minutes if you break through.
I gotta get a couple water.
That's fine. DMT only lasts about 5 to 20 minutes. If you break through, if you don't break through, honestly, I'm not sure. I think it only lasts about the same. It's just kind of trippy if you stay awake. But, yes.
How would you actually break through on DMT, though?
Well, you gotta smoke enough to break through.
Gosh.
So there's a difference. You can smoke enough to just be super weird and trippy, or you can smoke enough to get blasted off into another dimension. Which, if you're gonna smoke DMT, which I'm not promoting anyone doing, then I would suggest
Just go for it and break the fuck through, because it probably...
just makes it easier.
That'd be easier for you to say no to the next time.
Yeah, I still haven't said yes another time. So.
Oh, where the fuck was I going with that? Yeah. So, ayahuasca, right?
Yes.
Do you know where it's actually found? Well, as of right now, or as of a few years ago, where a lot of it's actually found.
South America.
Yeah. Well, in Peru.
Nice.
Apparently, it's like the Amazonian jungles of Peru.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was watching the documentary on that too.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that's true, because a lot of the Amazonian tribes.
Yeah.
That's true. I know, now
And
they
were
have
tripping out, and I
ayahuasca
was like,
ceremonies
okay.
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You
oh
see
my
that
gosh.
shit,
in
right?
where the hell was it? In freaking Amsterdam, actually. Amsterdam, I think, as of a few years ago.
Dude, forget about Amsterdam. They have them in Mexico. You can go down to Mexico. You can book it online today and go down to Mexico on an ayahuasca retreat for days. And they give you, they tell you, we're going to give you ayahuasca on like this day. You're probably going to take mushrooms a certain day. Like, it's crazy. And you're just out in the jungle.
So it's like an actual retreat.
Yeah, that
with
you,
a tour guide.
Yes, with fucking trip guides. Fuck the tour guides. You got the trip guides.
Hey, my friend.
Friend, you take this, you call me in 3 days.
Oh, it's
Well,
crazy.
you're not going to be there. I'll be there. You will not be there. But I will be there.
It's fucking wild. But yeah, they got, I think they even have them in the United States in some places.
I'm not even fucking around. I think that they honestly have them.
Yeah, they probably do.
These ayahuasca
probably
retreats.
most likely in Denver. Like I just said,
Yeah.
'cause it's legal in Denver. But it's still a Schedule 1 narcotic. 'Cause
Yes,
it's a
well,
hallucinogen.
That's right, but they actually did decriminalize all of them. Where was it? They decriminalized all psychoactive plants also somewhere else, and now I can't remember at this moment. It just happened.
Well, that's what's fucked about it. Because the state can say, yeah, it's legal, but as long as, like, federally it's illegal, then you're still going to jail for it. You're still doing time for it. Which is ridiculous because, like, just like alcohol or anything else you do, you take too much of it, of course you're going to fucking act like a nutcase.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, alcohol. Alcohol's perfectly legal for those 21 and older. But drink a fucking bottle of liquor and you see what's going to happen with you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can drink in moderation. They're perfectly fine. But it's weird. Like, okay. When you hear the term, or most people hear the term freaking mushrooms and freaking LSD and this and that, automatically they think of fucking hippies back in the day and say, oh, wow, I'm so tripping out. Oh, God, look at all this around me. Nobody realizes, like, no, you really don't. Like, a lot of times you just have a really fun time and you're just happy.
Yeah.
There is, like, I'm talking about, like, mushrooms and shit, not like the freaking hard fucking LSD and hallucinogens, you know. You want to see some shit, take a good shitload of mushrooms, you'll see some shit, I'm pretty sure. You just want to enjoy yourself, just take a fucking handful, and that's it, and you'll be good. Like, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think, like, who haven't experienced with mushrooms before, or experimented with mushrooms, a lot of people think freaking, oh, mushrooms, wow, they must be a drug addict, look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, they must, like, sit in their room all day with loud music and watch, like, fast TV shows and really bright cartoons and shit.
Basically.
But no, it's really not the case whatsoever. Even though once this goes off, we're going to listen to, like, really loud music and shit.
Basically.
But the negative effects. Before we go, I wanted to talk about the negative effects of freaking... Because obviously we can't sit here and talk about the positive effects without talking about the negative effects.
Yeah. That is true.
So, go ahead.
Take it
I'm
away,
waiting.
David. Well, I mean, you know, I there are people who are maybe predisposed to, like, certain mental health issues, and I really do suggest against people with certain things that, like, highly run in their family or that they experienced themselves before.
Yeah.
You know, I do suggest that they do not take any psychedelic drugs because, you know, that could really set things off. Like, you know I know somebody that I had met, you know, years ago that I was pretty good friends with for a while, who had taken a lot of psychedelic drugs but also had a lot of mental illness.
Yeah.
Like, you know, borderline schizophrenic, like, mental illness, and it set off like a roller coaster of things where even when this person didn't use any substances for a long period of time, it was just like things would be like paranoia randomly, you know, obsessively, like thinking about, like, you know, crazy things like that they were gonna marry a famous person and that the famous person was cheating on them, like all these crazy things.
Yo,
like,
that's
saying
like,
shit like that.
That's like this dude I know. Freaking, I didn't know what was wrong with him when I first met him, and then his brother ended up telling me that he was like a few towns away, and he thought he was just smoking regular weed. He didn't realize he was actually smoking angel dust.
Damn.
And he was a normal person like you or I, and then after that day, forget about it. He was just done, just fried. He was in the fucking psych ward for a little while. And now he just freaking paces back and forth. He laughs to himself, then he starts tearing, then he starts laughing to himself again. Just really fucking just fried. Welcome back. I'm glad you guys are actually freaking paid attention this long because, like I said, I wouldn't have paid attention to this long until somebody gave me something interesting to freaking say. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Thank you so much to Cole. He has so much information. The man is very, 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 very very smart, so brilliant. Honestly, I came with the information I was prepared for, which was very, very little because it's very hard to find information. Because the information you'll find is very repetitive, so you'll find a lot of information, but it's only going to be about 5 or 6 subjects, and it's only going to be yay long to begin with. So, very, very thank you so much, Cole, for helping me out. That's my little brother. And he was just phenomenal. He took it and he ran with it. And he did what he had to do. So, thank you guys, everybody out there, for actually watching episode 2. Episode 3, I don't know what it's going to be about, but it will be released on 420. Just to let you guys know. So, just to give you a little hint on what it might be about, most likely. A lot of butter right here. But just to give you guys like a little hint of what it might be about, it is going to be released on 420. Just wanted to say that. So, our schedule is set. I literally have everything set. Like, March 13th is obviously Friday the 13th. That's when episode 2, this episode that you guys just watched, that's when it was actually coming out, right? April 20th, on 420, that's when episode 4 is coming out. Episode 3. Episode 4 is coming out, so May is coming out, so I believe that's Mother's Day. Around Mother's Day, or on Mother's Day, that's when episode 4. Episode 5 will be Father's Day, and then the 4th of July, and then, so on and so on. We have a lot of episodes lined up and a lot of subjects, and like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, please, by all means, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, scroll down to Gaming This, scroll down to, because this is where we are right now. We're actually at the Gaming This freaking room. We're not actually at the Political This room, which is actually next door. We're actually here because I'm winding them up so I can knock them down for freaking Gaming This. We also have, like I said, in a few weeks we have Political Gardens. Please watch that. If you like gardening, by all means watch that. We have a lot of information. By yours truly, myself, because I am a huge gardener. I know, it doesn't seem like it, but I like gardening. It's so relaxing, and it's like meditation almost. We also have music disc too, where, like I said before, we'll be going to, tons and tons of concerts, and we'll just be uploading them left and right and let you know, like, hey, this concert was great. This concert was the greatest. This concert sucks. Don't go there. It all sucked. Or, music, this is beyond concerts too. From Radio City Music Hall to Broadway to, stuff like that. We'll have all that content and then some more. And we'll also have, I want to, if I possibly can, get part of our YouTube channel, like Cooking This, or Political Cooking, or Political Food, or Food This, or whatever the case is, something like that. Because that's a definite. And then from there on out, like I said, if anybody has any, suggestions or comments or whatever, please, by all means, let us know. This way, I can actually say, hey, these people want us to talk about this. Oh, that's interesting. Never done that. So we can actually, excuse me. So we will definitely have that as well, so, as long as you guys keep feeding us ideas, we'll definitely pump it out as much as we can. Also, hold on a second, souvenirs. Once again, I said it on the dry run, part 2, I believe it was the dry run. We will never, ever ask you guys for any type of money whatsoever. Even if we have souvenirs. See this shirt? I love this shirt. Political List. Hashtag True Speak. On the back, it says you can't see it because we can. And that's literally what it is. Anyway, so we're going to have souvenirs too. We're not going to ask you guys to actually send us money and we'll send you some souvenirs. Plus shipping and handling. No, you want a shirt? We'll tell you when one is available and we'll send you one for free. How about that? You want a hat? We got those too. When one's available, or a few of them, we'll send that to you too, also for free. Why? Because you guys are wasting your time watching us. You don't have to. I said it before, like I said, in the dry run of, part 2 of the dry run, I already said it. Don't send us any money. We're not going to say, well, send us $10 and tell us what you want to hear. How about not? You guys are the viewers. You guys are keeping us in business. Then the advertisers want us to freaking, you can send us all the money you want. I'll talk about freaking Voodoo Ranger till tomorrow morning. I'll talk about how great McDonald's is. I was just there earlier today. Actually, no, I went to Wendy's instead for breakfast, which was alright, but because McDonald's breakfast I'm not big on. But the rest of McDonald's, fabulous. I'll talk about that all day if you want me to. You know what I'm saying? Give me money, advertisers, all you want. I'll talk about your product. I'll be honest with it, so a lot of you are probably going to cut me off after, like, you know, the first advertisement, whatever the case. Human beings and regular citizens and regular people and regular viewers, no. You want a shirt? Yeah, you got any shirts available? Yeah, let me check. Nope. But we got hats available. Okay, I'll take one of those. Cool. We got pillows available. I'll take one of those. Great. And this isn't a scam. We're not actually going to say, yeah, we have this available for absolutely free. And then once you hit us up, we go, yeah, so what's your debit card information? Well, why? Oh, yeah, because you got to pay shipping and handling. No, if we say it's free, it's free. We're going to pay shipping and handling. We're going to send it to you. We're not going to send you newsletters. We're not going to send you bulletins. We're not going to freaking please accept our requests and all that other shit. Because we know how that goes. People don't like to be bothered, point blank. I don't like to be bothered. You don't like to be bothered. So that's how it's going to go. When we say we're giving away free shit, that's exactly what the fuck we're going to do. We're going to give away free shit. Hands down. Thank you guys for watching Gaming This.
I'm saying is yes, I do know what Michael was saying.